participants. So that's exciting. It's great to see you. Thank you for being here, because I know everybody is busy and we have just a lot going on right now. So thank you for being here. I have to say that this is the first time I've ever had a senior meeting like this via Zoom. So I just ask for you to be patient with us as we work through screen sharing and having various presenters and things like that. So the purpose of our meeting this evening is to share with you just some really important information and important dates as we plan for our seniors to conclude their final year in school, in public school. And we have quite a bit of information to share with you, but please keep in mind that just about all the information that we're going to be providing to you will be dependent on the governor's health order. So we're going to do the best we can to honor and celebrate your seniors. So what we've decided to do is we're going to go ahead and go through the information packet as if we were going to have these ceremonies and these events. And then as we get closer to the dates and as we get closer to the end of the year, we may have to adjust some of the events or some of the ceremonies, again, based on the governor's order. We're looking at, having, obviously we want to have live events, but some of them may have to be virtual, or there might be some other ways that we can honor our class of 2021. Before we start giving our staff presentations, I want to go over some norms for our meeting. If you have a question, I ask that you type it in the chat and we'll try to answer it kind of as we go along. You can follow along in the chat because you probably have the same question that other people have. And like I said, we will try and answer it the best we can. But again, please keep in mind that some of the questions and probably many of the questions that you have, we don't have answers right now because things will be dependent on the governor's health order. I also ask that if you are typing in the chat box, that we are respectful of each other and that we keep our comments and questions in the chat professional. I want to introduce our staff that we have on here this evening. I have Mrs. Seiss, one of my assistant principals. She's on here. I have Miss Toledo, one of my assistant principals. We have Mr. Garcia. He's our activities coordinator. Ms. Vasquez, who is your senior class sponsor. I see on here Miss Flores, one of our counselors, Miss Oli, one of our senior class counselor. Miss Eileen is on this evening. She is in our records room where she with fees and questions like that you may have. Miss Roberta is on here. She's going to go over transcripts for you, and I think I even asked Miss Joni to come on because she's been a pro at this, and if there's questions that she can help us with, she will do that as well. So what I would like to do right now is I'm going to share my screen with you, and this is the document of our calendar of events. And I'm going to also, let me put this in the chat as well. Let me see, I might have to go back out. Just a minute and I will get to my graduation document. All right, so there, the handout is in the chat box. We will also be sending out this through, it'll be on the counselor's Canvas page. It's going to be sent through School Messenger. So your email will have this. So we'll get all this to you tomorrow as well. So basically this first page is just a quick look of the events that we have scheduled. Again, all of the ceremonies and the events are subject to change pending the governor's public order, health order. We have spring break coming up, caps and gown distribution. So all of these things, senior dues, robing, class meeting, all this information we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. But this is kind of just a breakdown for you for the dates to mark your calendars. So let me go to the next page. Senior dues. Every year, the senior class has dues. Generally, they're about $25. They're paid to the bookkeeper, Miss Eileen. They are for the senior shirts that we have. We have a gift for seniors, and then also every class buys a gift that they give back to the school this year. Just because it's been a little bit different this year, we are going to waive the $25 fee, and we will get everybody their shirts and their gifts, and we're gonna take care of that for people this year, because I know it's kind of been a little challenging for everybody this year. Final exams, seniors, they are going to be basically the first week in May, so May 3rd through the 7th. So with that being said, your last day of school is May 7th. Once we get closer to that, we will provide you with a more detailed schedule of your classes. Senior checkout. What we're looking to do this year is kind of like what we did last year. It was actually really fun. We had a drive-through event. So the senior checkout day will be May 14th on a Friday. It will start at about 8 o'clock in the morning, I believe is when we started. And it goes till about 11 o'clock. There will be various stations that the students will have to stop at, bookkeeper, library, turning in their books, the register, counselor. And like I said, we had a lot of fun last year at this event. So we will have that. I know a lot of you have questions about your MacBooks. You have the ability to purchase your MacBook. Ms. Toledo, would you like to talk about that briefly?
Yeah, so the MacBooks, if you were here as a junior and a senior, are $175. They are $600 to $900 computers. If you go ahead and buy them for $175, the district will take all of our software and protections off them and wipe them back to a new computer. And it'll be like directions that you receive when you pay your money on the date and time that you can start erasing everything, and how to do it. If you choose not to buy the MacBook, you can just return it to us, and you won't owe that $175. If you were new to Las Lunas High School and your senior year, you would owe $250 because the MacBook's a year newer. The other thing that comes up a lot is you do have to actually qualify for graduation to purchase the MacBook. If for some reason you don't graduate, you have to return the MacBook. I think that's all.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Toledo. Miss Eileen, she will be giving you, each senior will be sent out a list of their fees and books and things like that with the MacBook amount that they owe. So be on the lookout for that. Miss Eileen, do you want to talk about that in any more than what we said?
Yeah, I just want to let families know that hopefully sometime at the end of June, early May, we'll send out a message, and it's going to have an email address. We're going to need the students or the parents to respond to that email address. We're going to need the MacBook ID number. We're going to need a student ID, and then I'm going to need a yes or no if you're going to buy the MacBook. I will respond to that email, and I will let you know your total amount of fees that you would bring for checkout. But I mean, there'll be a message to come out and talk more about it. I just want to give people a heads up to kind of watch for that end of June, early May. It's going to be really important that you guys respond to that email, so we're prepared for you guys on checkout day.
Perfect. I have a hand raised. Can you please put your question in the chat? And it's Chantel's iPhone. Miss Camille, I'm going to go ahead and let you talk. Are you able to speak right now? Because I see in the chat that you are talking about yearbooks. Would you like to talk real quick about yearbooks? Because I know that has to do with fees and whatnot.
Sure. We are going to have a full a physical yearbook this year, and the price for yearbooks is $70. It's 160 pages, just as we've always had. And we will have, everything that we normally have in the yearbook, as many things as we can. We're going to also have a lot of things about, virtual learning in the pandemic and what students are doing for, a virtual snow day and, what it's like to learn on Zoom and our Zoom pets and things like that. And I did drop it in the chat, but the website is yearbookordercenter.com. And you can both order and pay for your yearbook there. And you can also submit photos that will go to our yearbook staff. If you have photos of your student working or a project that they've done or anything like that, you can put that in there and we will be able to include those in our yearbook. So I would encourage you to visit the site and give us some photos and things. Our students will love to have them. And then as far as senior ads, these are the baby ads that you sometimes see in the yearbook with some sentiments and congratulations, we're proud of you or something like that. And I have a flyer that has that information about how to order the senior ads. I'll drop that in the chat for you. And you will make payment to Eileen in the office. So when you pay your other things, you could do it there. If you don't want to order online, you can also pay Eileen in the front office for your book. So then if you're going to do a senior ad, you'll make payment in the office and then you'll email me the information that you want to include in your ad and what size of ad and so forth. And then I do see in the chat some things about pictures. So I wanted to talk quickly about senior pictures as well. LifeTouch is our photo company, and they had sessions. They always have sessions over the summer for seniors to take their senior pictures, and you'll have a sitting fee and you take a lot of photos and things like that. And then you receive a packet from LifeTouch, and it has information about how you can select the pose that you want to include in the yearbook. And then if you don't select a pose, then your student will still be in the yearbook. It just will be whatever pose is selected by default rather than the one that you chose. So the other thing is that if you weren't able to do the sitting fee or the senior photos over the summer, don't worry, your student will still have a chance to be photographed. You can, I believe, still make an appointment with LifeTouch to make that that sitting with all of the various poses and things. But on March 1st and 2nd, we're going to have what's called a quick shoot for seniors. And this is more like you think of the traditional photos for school, where you just come in and they take one picture of your student and that's it. And the senior quick shoot will be March 1st and 2nd, and you don't pay a sitting fee. You just come in, get photographed. That photograph goes in the yearbook, and I believe they also give you an option to order that photograph as well. So, okay, you can go, yes, if you ordered and paid for the yearbook, you will go to see Miss Eileen in the front office, and she should have a copy for you. And she has the record of who ordered and paid for the yearbook. So yeah, you can still pick that up if you paid for last year's book. And if you run into any problems with that, just shoot me an email and I'll see what I can do for you, okay? So then the other students, because if you all that are here will help us get the word out to the underclassmen, many underclassmen didn't get their photo taken yet. And so we're going to continue with that same week, March 3rd through the 5th for the underclass. So freshmen will take their photos on the 3rd, sophomores on the 4th, and juniors on the 5th. And we're kind of dividing it up the first half of the session. It's 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock for everybody that whole week. 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And so please do come by. It's kind of a drive-by. You know, you come in, you park, you go into the auditorium lobby there, and then you will be photographed, and then you can get in your car and leave. Wear your masks and all that, but you don't have to wear your mask in the photo. They'll allow you to take it off for the photo and then put it back on. So if you should have received that option from LifeTouch. I can't give you that information about choosing the photo pose and all that. That's really through that picture company. So you'll have to contact them. I wish I could help more with that, but I don't really have much control over the actual photos. We just kind of help schedule and all that. So I'll be here for a bit longer. If you have any questions to me in the chat, I'll just answer you in the chat if I can. And I don't want to eat too much time, but thank you for letting me speak. And I'll drop that flyer for the senior ads in the chat. And then if you have any other questions for me, and you can also email me, and I'll drop my email in the chat as well.
Cool. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Maria. All right. So I'm going to scroll down. We talked about MacBooks. Next, we have your final transcripts, which those are super important. So Ms. Roberta, I'm going to turn that over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Jaramillo. So seniors, when you get ready to send out your final transcripts, whether it be to a four-year college, a technical institution, the military, please, you can contact me a couple of ways. You can contact me through Canvas, which is always real quick, or you can email me, and I'll put my email in the chat, or you can call me directly, and I'll put my phone number in the chat. And don't forget, so your transcripts are only updated twice. They've been updated once for semester one, then they're not going to be updated again until you graduate upon conclusion of semester two. So you can keep emailing me, and I keep track of where you want me to send them, but I actually won't send them out until you've had your final transcript and you graduate. No cost to you, and just let me know where and when you want me to send them.
Thank you, Ms. Roberta. All right. Next, we have on here senior honors and robing ceremony. And again, Mrs. Flores and Miss Oli are going to talk to you about the senior honors and robing ceremony. But again, it's all dependent on the governor's health order if we can have mass gatherings or just large events. But we are going to have some type of ceremony. So we are going to present this information to you as if we are able to have a live ceremony, but we, like I said earlier, we might have to change up things depending on the order. So Miss Oli and Miss Flores.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Jaramillo. I'm Miss Oli, as you know, here, and it's so wonderful to see all of you. I really, truly mean that. It's great to see seniors and their families. And as Mrs. Jaramillo said, we are moving ahead with the planning of the in-person robing ceremony, seniors honors. The explanation I'm going to give you, as she said, is if it is going to occur. If it doesn't, then we certainly will update you with further information. So the senior honors robing ceremony is a two-part ceremony. The robing part at the beginning of the ceremony involves your senior choosing one individual who has been the most influential in their life. This individual has to be over the age of 18. This individual will hold the student's cap and gown and sit in the student's seat on the gym floor. After the seniors have processed in and meet their individual, this individual will actually physically cap and gown their student. It's really a beautiful thing. And then after that, the individuals will return to the bleachers, and they do not have to, they're not required to attend the practice, the actual senior honors robing practice. The second part of the ceremony will consist of honoring the seniors for all their achievements throughout high school. And this is a time when we recognize scholarships that are awarded by our community and business leaders, activities, everything that your senior has participated in throughout their senior year. The ceremony is scheduled for Wednesday, May 19th at 6 p.m. in the Las Lonas High School gym, main gym. Practice will be held on May 19th at 8 a.m. in the Las Lonas High School main gym. And seniors are expected to wear semi-formal attire. And that's going to be spoken to later on in the document as we talk about graduation attire. So Ms. Flores is going to take us on next to what the robing form looks like. Thank you all. Good to see you.
Thank you, Miss Oli. Good evening, everyone. I'm Miss Flores, and I work with a portion of the seniors for graduation, and I also work with the juniors, with the junior class, the class of 2022. And so welcome, everyone. This is always a very exciting time to discuss some very important events as we lead up to our graduation day in May. Let me explain the Senior Honors Robing Ceremony form that is a crucial part of building and creating the program for our Senior Honors Robing Ceremony. So in a couple of weeks, actually, Miss Oli and I have decided that by February 18th, this form that we ask our seniors to complete, we will post it in Canvas for you to complete. And on this form, we are asking our seniors to indicate any activities that they have been involved with while in high school, from 9th grade up till 10th grade. Any sports, any clubs, any activities that you have been a part of, we ask for you to document it on this form. And also on the form, any scholarships that you have received up until the point that you do submit it. But here's the thing, we do realize that a lot of our seniors receive information about scholarships after you turn in the form. The form is due, you can see here bolded, to Miss Oli in Canvas by April 9th. And so if you receive any kind of scholarship award after the date you turn it in, please communicate that to Miss Oli, and we will definitely add that to your form. But we have a lot of work to prepare in gathering all of this information from our seniors. So it's very important that you communicate if after you have submitted the form regarding any scholarships. Another piece to this form that's very important is we do ask for documentation of any scholarships that you have received, and that is simply done by scanning a copy of the congratulations letter to Miss Oli, and we go ahead and place that into your file for the ceremony. And so we do ask for that documentation to be sent to us electronically so we can have that on file. The last thing is the other third part of the form. First, we do activities and involvement in high school, then the scholarship piece. And then we're asking for every senior to please fill out the part that asks, what are your plans after high school? Are you planning to go on to a 2-year school, a 4-year school? Are you gonna enlist in the military? Are you maybe gonna go to full-time work? Are you going to seek more specialized training? So on that form as well, gives you an opportunity to express what are your plans after high school. And so there's a little something for everybody on the form. So we ask you to take a look at that form starting on February 18th, and please fill it out and please submit it back to Miss Oli by April 9th. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Miss Flores and Miss Oli. I have in the chat, because obviously this is the elephant in the room, and I'm just going to mention it now. I had a couple questions in the chat about Los Lunas schools not in session. At this time, that's not what this meeting is for. We just want to honor our seniors and give you some information. And I will talk to you more kind of about some updated information towards the end of the meeting, but we just want to focus tonight on our seniors and give you this information to help get ready to honor and celebrate you. So Ms. Vasquez, do you want to talk about this exciting senior favorites?
Yes, so hi guys. My name is Paula Vasquez and I am the senior class sponsor. I've been working with these kiddos for already 4 years. Well, this would have been the 4th, but unfortunately things happen. So our class song is Hey Look Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco. The class flower is a white rose. The quote that we chose, or those students chose, was "Don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game" by Babe Ruth. Our colors for the cap and gown is royal blue and with the white hood. Graduation, exciting, will be on Saturday, May 22nd, 2021. And we still don't know if it might be at the pit or the time or anything, given the circumstance and looking at what the governor says. But we will try our best to do something, to have a ceremony for the kids.
Thank you, Ms. Vasquez. We do, I know this is a hard time, and my daughter last year was a senior in college, and we had to do the virtual graduation, and I want to assure you that I'm going to do everything I can to have some kind of ceremony for them. I know a lot of it is out of my hands, but I do want to, if I have to stay out for 24 hours, and I'll get a stage, and we'll walk across the stage, and I'll get you your diploma. There's all kinds of different things that we can do, but I do want to honor your seniors, and this group, I'm kind of getting off track, but man, last year at all the PEP assemblies and everything, they were juniors last year, but of course seniors this year. They were a special group, and I think it's unfortunate that we didn't get to have them in school, because this group of seniors would have been such an unbelievable group of leaders, because the school spirit that they had. I think this group probably could have, if didn't beat the seniors last year in the school spirit and everything. And this group would come down onto the floor, and we were having to push them back off of the gym floor because these kids were so so full of school spirit. So I do want to honor them the best that we can. So with that being said, Mr. Garcia, can you talk about Herff Jones? Because I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat about caps and gowns.
Yes, and I just put a link in the chat. So campusspecialtiesinc.com. If you go to that link, you can order your caps and gowns online. So what they need in order to order them is height and weight. And then from there you can order your caps and gowns. There's also a link in the packet that Mrs. Jaramillo shared in the chat. But it's not too late. I know there's a lot of you saying I haven't ordered or whatever. It's not too late. You can still order your caps and gowns. I know we had our deadlines, but that was just I think the price went up a little bit, but I don't think it was like a whole lot anyways. But so right now, again, they do have a storefront if you wanted to go in there, and they have all kinds of really cool things in there. So like senior swag, like the class shirts, they have the class of 2021 and all kinds of really cool things. But it's on Eubank, on 1529 Eubank, and there's a phone number there, and their store hours. Now, I always tell everybody you can't miss it. There's a big yellow duck because they're in front of a hot tub place or something like that. And there's a big yellow duck in the parking lot. So look for the yellow duck and you'll find their campus. And so if you ordered them, if you've already ordered caps and gowns and announcements on March 24th, they will actually come to the school with your stuff, and they'll have like a drive-through pickup line. So you just drive through and show them your receipts or tell them your name. They have all that information, and you'll be able to pick it up right at the school. And so that's one option. If you miss that day, if March 24th doesn't work, you can always go into the store and pick it up at the store. But March 24th is when they will be at Los Lunas High School in the parking lot for you to pick it up. Okay. And I want to reiterate one thing, and I know Mrs. Jaramillo said it, but every teacher in here, and just the other day, and I know I might be getting a little off topic, but every teacher in here, every counselor that's in this meeting right now has committed to having something for you guys. I mean, and this class is a very special class, and they brought so much spirit to the PEP assemblies. They brought so much different things in. And so we are committed to having something for you guys. We're going to do our best to have something for you guys, as much like our hands are tied, like Ms. Jaramillo said, at some point, but we do want something for you. So I do encourage you guys to get your caps and gowns and order them, because I'm clinging to every hope that we're going to be able to use the pit and have something at the pit. And again, just I do encourage you, don't wait any longer. If you can, get your caps and gowns, that way you can have them on time and have them. Again, we will be, if we have a live graduation ceremony, remember the attire for graduation is semi-formal. And students, all you students that are there, I always tell this to all of them. Remember, graduation is not about you. I mean, it's about you, but it's not for you. It's for your mom and your dad and your grandma and your grandpa. So you want to look your best. So don't come in jeans and don't come in flip flops and don't come in tennis shoes. Dress nice, because you want to look nice. You're presenting yourself, and it's a celebration of you, but it's for your mom and for your dad and for your grandparents and your family and whatever else. So that's just something I always kind of try to stress, is dress your best. Los Lunas, we do allow you guys, by the way, to decorate your. We do allow you to decorate your caps at graduation. That's always a question. The only thing we ask, and it's not our rule, it's the pit's rule. We're at the pit, is do not put glitter on them, because the pit has a 0 tolerance. And every year, the little custodian that's there in charge, he'll always come and he'll grab me and he'll take me and he'll say, "Hey, I see a hat with glitter. I see." And I have to take them away. I mean, we have plain ones that we switch, but I don't want to be that person. So keep them appropriate and keep them, if you can, avoid the glitter, and that way we don't have that issue. Okay, but that's really the only thing, is just keep your hats in good taste and keep them free from glitter, and you should be fine. Can you scroll down?
Go to the next page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, and did I hit practice?
I don't think so.
Okay, graduation practice. So again, the 22nd is graduation. If we so on Friday the 21st at 8 o'clock in the gym, we will be having a graduation practice. We go through the entire through the practice in its entirety, and so come prepared for that, please. And I always beg everybody, please be on time, because we go through the entire script. I'm usually the one who reads names, and I practice your names, and that's your chance to tell me I go by this, not that. You're saying my name wrong, and I write it. I have the cards that I'm actually going to call, and I'm going to write it so that way I can understand it and I can make those changes. But we go through the script in its entirety, and so I ask you, please be on time at 8 o'clock. So that way we can get started right at 8, and that way I can get you guys out of there, and that way we're not there all day long, because it can get tedious. But if we're there on time, and if we have a bunch of people coming late, we're having to start over and place people and everything else. So please, if we have it and we're there, please make sure that you are there on time.
Mr. Garcia, there was a good question. If any of our seniors order their cap and gown, let's say tomorrow or the beginning of next week, would the pickup still be March 24th for those seniors? Or is it going to be a delayed date if they're ordering within the next week?
At this point, they can still get them on time. They'll still be able to get them on time. I don't know what the cutoff date is, and I'll send a message out through the activities page to all the seniors on Canvas, so that way they can have it. But I'll call and I'll verify what the last day is, so they can get on 24th. But they're pretty quick about being able to get them in if you guys just get them ordered. But yeah, if you order them tomorrow, for sure you'll be able to get it by the 24th.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. If you might want to, Mr. Garcia, you might want to flip back through the questions a little bit in case we missed something.
Okay.
So
The two
I'll go back
questions,
and I'll try to answer anything I can.
okay.
Chris, the first question is, are they allowed to wear military wear if they're in the military?
Underneath their gowns, we've allowed that in the past.
And then for practice, do they have to wear something semi-formal for the practice?
For practice, it's just casual. You don't need your gown, you don't need anything, just yourself. Just show up casual. And graduation practice will be on the 21st at 8 o'clock.
And that'll be on that form, this form that we have for you. It's on the first page. And so you'll get a copy of this in Canvas and emailed home. Okay. All right. So diplomas will be given out after graduation. So depending on the day and the way that we do the ceremony, really, if it's a smaller ceremony, you know, with individual students, you know, obviously we'd probably give them your diplomas right then. But if it's a bigger ceremony with more, you know, with more students, the diplomas will be given out after the ceremony, because we don't want to mix up diplomas and lose them. And so it just makes it a little bit more organized if we do it that way. We will have a senior video that Miss Reese is putting together. I don't have it right now, but she will be putting together a link for you because obviously this senior video might be a little bit different. And so just like Miss Gamil, she has the link for you to send pictures. I encourage you to send pictures to that link to put in the yearbook, as well as we will be doing this with a senior video. So when Miss Reese gets that link to me, we will get that out to you, and you can send us clips or pictures or whatever to help make this senior video is going to be one of a kind. So we want to make sure that we get those things from you. It looks like, yes, ma'am.
There was an important question I saw in the chat. Will we be making hard copies of this handout and have them at the school where a parent can just stop by and pick it up from the secretary?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you want to come by the school, absolutely. That's not a problem. We'll just have it in the front office. Yeah.
Ms. Jaramillo, I had a person in the chat contact me about letting them know in Spanish all the dates and the times. Do you want me to do that? Or
I would love that, Ms. Vasquez. So we'll get, if you can translate what you can with this form, and if you wouldn't mind either emailing it to them, or we can even have copies in the front office as well. Okay, thank you for that.
All right. Buenas tardes para todos los papás que no hablan inglés y que están un poco confundidos con los días y todo. Ms. Jaramillo, can you give me access to share my screen?
Oh, yeah, I sure can. All right, I think you're good. Are you able to share it, Ms. Vasquez?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Para todos los padres que no hablan inglés y estaban teniendo dificultades para entender, este es un documento de los días, las fechas y las horas de todo lo que va a pasar durante este tiempo hasta la graduación. Del día 15 de marzo al 19 va a ser las vacaciones de Spring Break, las vacaciones de primavera. Luego van a distribuir las togas y los birretes el día 24 de marzo en la escuela. Do we have a time of when cap and gown distribution is going to be?
Right now, we do not. But again, as soon as I work with Herf Jones and he gives me exact times, we'll send that out through Parent Messenger and through Canvas.
Okay. Todavía no saben la hora de cuándo van a distribuir las togas y los birretes, pero va a ser el día 24 de marzo. Abril, del 2 al 5 de abril va a ser lo que le llaman las vacaciones de abril, que son las vacaciones de Semana Santa para muchos de nosotros que los conocemos así. Por lo general se paga una cuota que cubre las playeras que les regalamos a los estudiantes, las algún regalo que le quieramos dar, algún regalo que le quieramos dar a la escuela. ¿Qué más? A la flor, porque para la graduación les damos una flor y algunas otras cosas que se necesitan pagar, pero este año no necesitan que pagar esa cuota. Ms. Jaramillo la quitó para que no, porque es un año especial y ya les han quitado demasiado a los muchachos que se van a graduar, entonces ya eso no lo tienen que pagar. La ceremonia donde les ponen, donde pueden vestir a su estudiante que se va a graduar, va a ser la forma, tienen que llenar una forma de quién los va a vestir ese día con su toga y su birrete, y ese día tienen que llenarla para el día 9 de abril. Vamos a tener otra junta nomás para los estudiantes el día 28 de abril, que va a ser vía Zoom. Okay. El día 5 de mayo es la ceremonia de la letra académica, que esta es para los estudiantes que han obtenido un puntuaje de 3.5 o más durante el año. Los exámenes finales para los que se van a graduar, los estudiantes que se van a graduar, es del 3 de mayo al 7. El día en que firman todo su papeleo para ya salir de la escuela va a ser el día 14 de mayo de las 8 de la mañana a las 11 de la mañana. Y va a ser como tipo que nomás van a manejar, van a ir a cada estación, van a firmar los papeles y entregar lo que necesiten. El día 19 de mayo va a ser cuando es la ceremonia de vestir a los estudiantes con su toga y su birrete. A las 6 p.m. Todavía no sabemos si es esto un hecho que va a ser en persona o no, porque todo depende en lo que diga la gobernadora. El día 21 de mayo a las 8 de la mañana va a ser la práctica de la graduación, y esto va a ser mandatorio para todos, nadie puede faltar, y va a ser en el gimnasio de la escuela. Luego la graduación va a ser el día 22 de mayo y todavía no sabemos la hora o en dónde. Por lo mismo de que necesitamos saber lo que diga la gobernadora.
So Ms. Vasquez, I'm going to have you stay on a little bit after. If any parents need translation, we can do that then, but we will also get a document translated in Spanish as well. Okay.
La directora me está diciendo que vamos a traducir este documento que les estoy enseñando aquí para poderles dar toda la información a ustedes en español y luego ya se las mandamos también. Si necesitan contactarme, les voy a poner mi email en el chat para lo que necesiten. Aquí estoy para ayudarlos. Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Can you stop sharing your screen? Thank you. We all I'm getting used to this. All right. I've had several questions in the chat about the painting the hill. I want to assure you, Chief Gobbledone and the village, they've actually been talking about this for a while, probably since September and October, because they knew, with the pandemic and everything like this. So we will be coordinating with the village on a plan, and I can assure you that the hill at some point will this year will reflect the class of 2021. We will get the O changed to a 1. We are working on that. Keep in mind that we can't have a large number of people in a gathering. So we are continuing to work with the village and Chief Gobbledone to get that planned and finalized. And as soon as we have that plan, we will get that out to you. Chief Gobbledone, I think you are on. Did you want to share anything else? I don't know if he's on or not. If he's not,
yes, I am here. No, I think you covered it. Just know that we have been working on this, and we will follow whatever the governor's orders are at the time. And if we're able to get some kids to come out and help, we'll definitely do that. If they're unable to help, then we will get the hill changed over accordingly. And I think our goal is to try to get this done around the same time that they've done it every year. And I think that's sometime end of February, early March. So we'll be coordinating with you guys at the high school and also with Brian.
I think we lost him. Okay, thank you, Chief Gobbledone. All right, I just have kind of a couple more things. I want to thank you all so much for your support this year, the support that you've given your senior. I know this has been challenging. I just wanted to share, I know that there is a community event planned tomorrow morning. I completely support it. I appreciate that our parents have gotten it organized. I want our kids back in school. I want our seniors. I wish our seniors could finish out the last couple months in school, and I'm supporting that. I want our kids to be able to compete in athletics. I want them to participate in activities. I think that's extremely, extremely important. If you are planning on attending the event, I just ask that you model a behavior that supports our kids coming back. We don't want this big old thing to get out of proportion, and then it hurts the chances of our kids coming back. So please, if you're there, I ask that you wear a mask. Try and social distance, please, and we don't want this thing to have a negative effect on getting our kids back in school. I'm very proud of our community for doing this, and I know we have a safe and effective re-entry plan ready to go. I'm sure some of you have seen today that the school board is having a special session. I believe it's on the 16th, and Dr. Romero, our new superintendent, is going to be revisiting the re-entry plan with them. Like I said, I think we have a very good plan in place that would support our kids coming back. And if you don't feel comfortable coming back and you want to stay remote, that's perfectly fine. We will support that, and we will continue through the end of the year in the remote setting if that is how you choose to do. So you have the option to stay remote, and if there is a change in the board's decision for us to come back in person, then we would be happy to have you back. So with that being said, I guess as we get closer to the end of the year, we will get you information, and hopefully we can celebrate and honor you guys in a very fun way and safe way, and do the best we can to finish out your school. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you all, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Jaramillo, one of the questions was about the senior picture. And I think that if we can we can work on a plan for something like that. Again, the thing is with social distancing guidelines and things like that, it's going to be difficult, but let us, and I can volunteer to kind of start coming up with a plan for something like this, but maybe we could try to figure something out for you guys to get your senior picture.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you, Chris. And I'm going to end because I don't know how much we get to hear this, but let me see.